Okay, sorry about this, guys. Alright, I think my camera's all adjusted nicely. Alright, well, hey guys, this is Dark Moon Tamer here, and I'm sorry for that little cap thing. I just had to adjust my camera for a little bit. So tonight this is gonna be a vlog episode 53, or... well, I think it's between 53 and 54. I don't know, I'm gonna have to double check that one, but I think it's probably 54. So if not, then I'll recheck it. But so tonight's vlog episode is, this has actually become quite an inspiration. This particular vlog was inspired by someone else doing a vlog about it, a commentary about it. The number one problem we all have in this world is jealousy, whether it's in Vanguard or whether it's in everyday life. So I'm here today to talk about it a little bit more. Seeing as though there's a lot of people out there who may have the exact same problem as everyone else does. So, we all know that jealousy can cause major rifts in friendships, families, and of course your girlfriend and boyfriend and whoever you're with. But in Vanguard, however, people get jealous of others' success. And even though that other person's failing at their Vanguard skills, there's always room for improvement. I'm gonna find one that speaks about this, because I do have the biggest jealousy than anyone else, because jealousy comes from history of your own family, or whether you're past or present or future. There's always a little tiny history of where your own jealousy came to be or transpired. Here's a little story. The reason why I became a little jealous. Over the past 3 years, I've actually been... I've always wanted to be one of those top Yu-Gi-Oh players with a deck that, I've tried my very hardest to improve. But then, once you get realizing that you've lose so many times, you start to get that feeling that you want to give up. And yet you reject that person for their success. What causes jealousy the most in Vanguard is a rift between friends. At least that's why I think it does. Jealousy or envy, like you envy that person to the extreme. Envy is a similar way to jealousy, but it's a little bit mild. Like, not as bad as hatred jealousy is. There's a fine difference in jealousy. Tell me about it. You can tell me about it. We have some kids at our locals who I'm very jealous of, seeing as though they're proving a lot more better than I ever thought, seeing as though I never don't have... The biggest thing, though, is what causes biggest jealousy of all time is the fact that you can't admit that you have your own faults. And you look at that person, whether it's your best friend or, someone that you envy so deeply that you just want to, murder them. Here's how the chain events go. Growing up, you have best friends. You've been together for a very long time. You've known each other's weaknesses and strengths, and, you thought you could do everything together. However, as time transpires, you start to drift apart a tiny bit. For example, if you have a best friend who's a cheerleader, and she doesn't like the fact that she has a other friend who is not so beautiful and gorgeous, like a typical high school bullshit we all deal with growing up. And that one girl who is like the most sweetest person alive, she sees this and she wants to look like her best friend. Well, her so-called best friend. People look at the images that we have. We can't picture it, but the way we all can visualize it, if you're jealous of this one person, and you became... What causes this is obsession. You're obsessed with how they look, what they do for a living, and the sad thing now is, even in Vanguard, jealousy plays a huge role in domestic violence, hatred, and breakups. Like, if you have a jealous girlfriend because of her 25-year-old or 35-year-old hottie boyfriend, just an example, mind you. I don't know if any of you girls do actually do that, or any of you guys. But, all these girls are just swarming after him because he's so hot. And she became extremely jealous and mean that he doesn't want anything more to do with her. And so he breaks up with her. He found someone else that's not like her, who's very nice and sweet, and he treats everybody with respect. Then she, one day, became so fixated on, wanting him back to the point that she killed him. It's kind of like an old Romeo and Juliet poetic drama, tragedy, but not the obsession psychotic part. In Vanguard, most of the time, you see your friends excel. They're accelerating to a higher level than you are, and you feel like you're still stuck there. Because they got the problem is, these people, who even I go to locals with, they somehow get the money to buy all these cards. They have the nicest binders, the powerful decks, and they win tournament locals. Not all of them, mind you, but there's some out there who know the rules a lot more better than I do. But, like I said before, this jealousy can cause major rifts in everyday lives. I don't know how many times I fucking said that, but I do vaguely apologize. I'm sorry. I'm drinking my Pepsi for 1 second. Sorry. That's a weak one. So, if you have people at your locals that, they're going to be the most awesome people ever, and they're in groups of awesomeness, and you feel like you're being left out by your own best friend, who is supposedly being your best friend. Well, if you don't know what they're really thinking, this is the biggest issue that everybody probably has. You don't know what the other person is thinking about you. You probably assume, for most part, they're thinking about you being a selfish weirdo or an ugly freak or anything, and they're talking shit on you. But the truth is, what if they might be talking about you in a good way, in a good, positive way, and yet you hold a grudge against them, and they have no fucking clue why you're so angry. Like, why are you so mean and all this? Like, you get a lot of people that are saying, like, this kind of bullshit, saying, like, what is your problem, bro? Why are you so mad? Like, why are you hating on me for nothing I didn't even do? Good question. What are you doing that pisses that person off? Do you feel like you have the audacity to think that you're higher level? Here's what you're gonna do. Instead of bickering and bitching, and trust me, I actually need to take anger management classes for this. I actually need to. Stop thinking or assuming that other person hates your fucking guts, or thinking that they're better than you in all everyday life. That's like sibling rivalry. Like, if you guys have that issue of sibling rivalry going on in your personal lives, even from you were a kid, that you have an older sibling who is more perfect and more athletic or smart or went to college or joined the Marines. If you ever had that feelings or thoughts, and you feel like you're just being out in the cold, like if you have your own best friend and he just ditched you off the bat, how would you feel if that person never really think of you as a bad person or a reject? He in fact wanted you to be a part of his life, seeing as though you were his closest friend in high school or kindergarten. Betrayal, jealousy, greed, envy, gluttony, all that stuff. That's like one of the most serious deadly sins of the 7 deadly sins that anybody can pull off. What you do, instead of hating and bickering and bitching, I need to learn this too, is to just play the game that you feel like it's right to play. You don't need to worry about the cards. Eventually, you'll get the cards in due time. This shit kind of does take time. I had to learn that the hard way, seeing as though I'm running different clans and I do everything I can to, supply them with perfect guards, break rides, all that shit. And don't forget too, this game also costs a shit ton of money. So, you may have not much of a good job, but you're saving up so that you can get boxes or cards to supply your deck to make it stronger, and then maybe you can compete in the tournaments again. And just, if you win, that's terrific. You're making progress. Every win counts for your progress. The more loses you do, the more you understand your deck better. The more you lose, the more you understand. The more you win, the more you feel good about yourself, that you don't feel 100% worthless. That's the issue that we need to work on for all of us. We need to start thinking ahead and think about if what our actions are going to do to this person. Is it going to hurt them, break their hearts, or mistrust them, or break their trust and friendship, or for what? Like a title of a Vanguard fighter, or a Vanguard tuber, or, who has the biggest, muscle car, or big muscles, or plays football, sports, and all that stuff. If you guys had this issue growing up, just leave a comment down below on the video, after this video, and tell me about your guys' history and story. If you guys ever had that sibling rivalry, or that jealousy and that hatred combined with depression. Trust me, depression is not a good thing when it comes to jealousy. It will add you to cause stress, and it will make you feel like you want to go fucking suicidal. Been there, done that. Hallelujah, I finally got the fuck out of it. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it brings up some memories or some thoughts that you guys want to get off your chest. And, let's have an open discussion about this. And just, think we can... Because I really want to help a lot of people, too. I want to help people open their minds a bit. Like, expand their minds. Just, be more open and just accept yourself. Like, what you need to do, if you have that issue yet you don't fully accept yourself or love yourself, then always follow these references from two of the most popular people in history. Let's start with Yoda, okay? In Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, one of Yoda's quotes is one of the best, at least that's why I think it is. He explains to Anakin that fear is the path to the dark side. Fear will lead to anger. Anger will lead to hate. Hatred leads to suffering. But what Yoda did not realize, suffering can also resort to death. To an extent, to death. Now, the other one is, of course, one of the most famous drag queens in history is RuPaul. RuPaul's favorite words are always pronounced right. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell can you love someone else? Can I get an amen in this bitch? Thank you very much. But anyways, so that's my vlog for tonight. I hope this kind of helps, It's something I need to get off my chest too, seeing as though that bleh, you just can't throw it up on the internet, so. Anyways, this is Dark Moon Tamer. Please subscribe, which rhymes. And please leave a comment down below and tell me what your story or history, or if you even had this in the Vanguard problems or recent events in your lives. Just let's be open about this. Let's have an open discussion about this. So, anyways, this is Dark Moon Tamer signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next video when I do my deck profiles. Oh, and there's also some good news too. I might be getting another box, so this might be box number 2 for a Brilliant Strike. So please stay tuned for that, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. This is Dark Moon Tamer signing out. Have a great week.